I love this theme. I really like this theme. I think it's pretty good. Hello, fellow star stuff. I hope you've been doing well. Happy, wonderful Saturday evening. We are back with some more Ever 17, The Out of Infinity. Yes, so apologies for the lack of streams this week, but I am back. I'm back now, and we're back with some more Ever 17. Last time we saw that Takeshi was unfortunately alive and well, so there goes all my theories. We also met Sara, and we met up with Sora and Tsumugi as well. So we met with all of the cast of characters, it seems, except for Koko, who is mysteriously disappeared, and this has been eating away at me the entire week. I don't know what's going on there. Where did she go? What happened to her? Hello, happy Saturday. Hello, Albert. I hope you've been doing well. Yeah, I feel like... I mean, it's gonna be something plot relevant. I actually didn't go back and check if that flashback that kid had was with Sara on the bed, or if it was with Koko on the bed. I can't remember. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's so weird to me. It's like, how could she just blink out of existence? She was there in the elevator, but what is it? My theory about like, oh, if Kid exists, then Takeshi can't possibly exist at the same time. It feels like I'm having that experience with Sara and Koko, where it's like, if Sara exists, Koko cannot be real. She's not there, which is really weird. I'm sure it will be explained, but I'll be interested to know what that's about and how she wouldn't show up on the radar if she wasn't actually there. So, but yes, I think, is there anything in particular? We're just getting to know the layout of the space a little bit more, and we're doing, the pacing has slowed down a bit, so we're doing some icebreakers with the group, except for obviously Tsumugi, who is very much like, I'm edgy and emo, and I mean, to be fair, I don't know what her reason is exactly. If I had to guess, it's the fact that like, hey, we're in a very dangerous situation. Like, you people are not taking this seriously, which that's fair. That's like I would 100% agree with her on that front. But yeah, she's great. She is very intriguing so far. I will say that. But the whole group in of itself was very goofy last time, and I really appreciate that. So there is that. Can I continue, actually? Alright, cool. Just like a different tone of song here. But last time, I also, in between streams, I looked up I had to make sure it's like I have the layout down because I was not understanding it. So yes, I know now. Incel Null is the top, it's the island top, and then is the water level, and then under that is Ersterboden, and I believe they all literally translate to their levels. So it's first floor, and that's completely flooded. That's why we're not able to get out of here, is because that connecting part to the rest of the floors and the top of the island is cut off essentially. Then there's Zweiterstock, which is like half flooded, and this is the place where you and Sara had checked, and it has the infirmary. And then there's the Dritterstock area where Kid had checked, which has the rest area, the conference room, the tuna sandwich place, the control room, and the Lemurian ruins. So that's where we're at right now. Sora was saying stuff last time about like, oh, this is Sector 8 and this is Sector 4, and I think I know what she's talking about. Like in the diagram, it was like little mini squares essentially. So I think I know what she's talking about, but also, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see if it becomes relevant to the story. But I think I get it. We can't get to essentially one section because there's a little thin, well, not thin. There's a layer of water that's just like, we can't pass that. So, but Sora did say is like, if you can get the wiring connected again, perhaps somehow electronics like waste pumps and the elevator might work. So that might be something that we set out to do in the story. I'm not entirely sure. Anything else? I also, while I was using Google Translate, I put in Himo just in case. And Himo means heaven. So that like stone rock slab that was saying like heaven is right above you and right below your feet. I think it's not talking about about the actual amusement park itself. I think it's talking about that one room that's literally titled Himo. I think that's probably it. So it'll be interesting to see what's behind there. Anything else? I don't think so. If I think of anything, I'll let you know. I'll let you all know. But for right now, I think we're all set to get back into the story. Don't touch me. Can you please not touch me? Tsumigi stopped walking and said it in a small voice. Sorry. Apologizing, I took my hand from her shoulder. What? What do you want? Why are you so angry? I haven't even introduced myself. Okay, let's go ahead and save. Let's save here. And if I had to choose one out of the two, I would say I haven't even introduced myself yet. You don't even know who I am. Oh, last time, by the way, as a kid, I went to an underwater welder after I wanted to be an underwater welder, sorry, after playing this. Then I took scuba diving classes and found out how dangerous underwater welding is. They only send you to dangerous areas. Yeah, I've looked into at one point in my life I looked into trades as well, and it's like it's kind of, you're getting paid really well for being sent to sometimes dangerous locations. Most of the time dangerous locations. So underwater welding would be one of them. It's definitely not something that I envy. I feel like underwater stuff, you know, it's just like, it's so scary. There's so much about the underwater that we don't know. I don't think I'm as scared of it as other people are, but it's still kind of like pulled through a pipe, yeah, things like that. It's crazy. But what was I gonna say? Oh shoot, I forgot. It's okay. It's okay. It'll come back to me whenever it's necessary. I was gonna say something about Kid, I think. It's okay. It's whatever. I haven't even introduced myself. Somehow I couldn't look Tsumugi in the eye. Just our eyes meeting sent my heart pounding. There's no need. I don't want to talk to you. Why not? Did I do something to make you angry? Interesting. A very goofy expression here. Just like, oh yes, I remember now. So last time there was all these naming options as well, and I put some of the names into Google, and apparently these are characters from the studio from, well, I guess Mages at this point. It would have been something else before. Mages or Kid? It's the previous studio's work, which was called Memories Off. That's also why Sora said last time, what about calling him Memories On? It was kind of like a nod to that. As well as all the names, they were characters from that previous series as well. I guess for any Uchikoshi heads out there, he also had worked on like 2 routes from the main game, I think, and I guess he might have gone on to work on some other games as well, but not in as much of a capacity as he did with this game and this series essentially. So it's interesting. It's like, maybe I was thinking, I was like, maybe I'll check it out off stream. It never got an official translation, but it's up on Steam if you know Japanese, or if you, I guess if you, there are like translation tools that you could use, I guess, to translate things on the fly. I'm not too familiar with it. I was like, maybe I would play it off stream, but I don't know. It looks pretty normal. It looks pretty like, if it's anything like Never 7, I'm like, once is enough. Once is enough. I think I'm good. So that's what I wanted to say. Listen, cut it out. I've had enough of that. Just drop it. Of this? Don't pretend like you don't know. Please. I'm not pretending. I see through you. I know everything. I don't believe it. I never thought you'd join up with those guys. What are you talking about? Are we at war? What are you talking about, huh? Those guys? Join up? You were talking about amnesia, right? Yeah. So how do you know those guys? We all explained that just a bit ago. I remember meeting you. Weren't you listening? Don't lie to me! Suddenly, Tsumugi raised her voice. That's stupid. Anyway, I'm not falling for it. Don't you ever talk to me again. Got it? With that, Tsumugi strolled away. Okay. Okay, very, very cool. So I guess she knows about the loops. She must know. I couldn't find the words to stop her. I just stared after her shrinking back in silence. 7:48 p.m. When I returned to the conference room, there was a three-dimensional image of Limu in the center of the table. Yu, Sara, Sora, and Takeshi were looking at it and discussing something intensely. Hey, what are you talking about? Hey, welcome back, kid. What happened to Tsumugi? I shook my head. I told you, she's difficult, huh? That time, I nodded. Tsumugi was difficult for sure. I had no idea what she was thinking. There was no point in prying any more into Tsumugi's situation. I asked them again. So, what were you talking about? I mean, just now. The cause of the current situation. And what steps we should take from now. That's what we were discussing. Oh, the cause of the accident and steps to take, huh? Hey, do you mind filling me in on what you came up with? You can keep it simple. Sure. Well then, allow me to explain about the accident one more time. Okay, I guess we're doing a recap here. Also, I find it so funny. I think out of, like, the anime bonding scene that we had last time, I think out of all the characters, I think Sora was, like, slightly unhinged in, like, everything that she was saying. Of just, like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? So she's not, like, my first choice of, like, oh yeah, I definitely want to do her route or anything, but she's definitely interesting. Intriguing. Saying that, Sora touched the holographic image above the table. Then she said, 12:45 p.m. Limu was suddenly struck by a blackout. The cause is unclear. Immediately after that, an emergency evacuation order was issued. The cause of this was unclear as well. In any case, the evacuation of Limu by visitors and employees was initiated at this point. 12:54 p.m. The emergency doors were activated. What does that mean? It is referring to the emergency escape exits connected directly to the floating island. These are located at the very upper part of the emergency stairs. Normally, except under extreme circumstances, this door is not opened. But you're saying that it was opened? Yes. 1 second, hold on. Okay. Yes. What exactly does except in extreme circumstances mean? I can't say for sure, but... In the manual, it is written that in the case of an emergency, it is necessary to temporarily hold visitors in the decompression chamber. Why? What if you have to escape in a hurry? Why do you have to stop in the decompression chamber? In order to prevent decompression sickness. Decompression sickness? When there is a sudden decrease in pressure, the nitrogen that has dissolved in a person's blood turns to gas and can cause blood clots that interfere with circulation. I'll explain that later. For now, let me continue on this topic, alright? Sure. Anyway, what you're saying is that these doors that shouldn't be opened were open. Is that it? That's correct. This is only my best educated guess, but it would appear that one of the visitors probably panicked and manually opened the emergency airtight doors in the confusion. Or maybe it was Tsumugi, because she was obviously there on a mission. She was wearing the mascot uniform, and then when that got too inconvenient for her because of Takeshi, she essentially put that all on Kid and was like, here, hold this, take this from me. And then she went off to do something. We're not entirely sure what though, but maybe she had something to do with it. And then the door was not closed, but was left open. Accordingly, the roughly 6 atmosphere mixture of gas inside was suddenly released outside the room. Sora continued her explanation. 2:39 p.m., helium, since it is lighter than oxygen and nitrogen, was released first, and internal pressure dropped to the equivalent of the external pressure of 1 atmosphere. 3:55 p.m., water leak occurs. LIMU is a structure designed based on saturation diving specifications. Saturation diving specifications? What's that mean? To make the internal air pressure equal to or greater than the external water pressure in order to keep the unit from being crushed by the seawater. That is what it means. Do you understand? You know, science was not one of my better subjects. It's not one of my better subjects, so I get it. Not really. I get it. Not really. I'm guessing this choice is not a choice that matters. Is probably, well, actually, maybe it helps you get to the Sora route. Maybe she likes people that are smart. I'm gonna save again, just in case. Save, yeah. All right. Sure, I get it. It sounds normal. Yeah, I think I get it. Well then, why was there flooding? Yeah, that's right. Couldn't it be that LIMU was made to keep the internal air pressure and external water pressure the same so it won't be crushed, right? But if the air inside completely escaped and the air pressure dropped to 1 atmosphere, then it wouldn't be the pressure of the seawater. Then wouldn't the pressure of the seawater push in and... Finally, there would be a tear somewhere and the seawater would come rushing in. You are almost correct. Impressive, Kid-san. Really? You're just gonna call Kid-san? Okay. Kid-san, are you sure you're suffering from amnesia? Huh? Yeah, pretty sure. I have nothing left to add. The sudden decrease in air pressure is the major cause of this flood mishap. Subsequently, in order to minimize damage, Limit automatically closed the watertight doors. And so we're all trapped in here. Yes. Maybe it was because I had jumped into a complicated discussion, but somewhere in my head felt like it was tearing. But thinking back on Sora's explanation, there were 2 key points. 1, the reason for the complex blackout was unclear. 2, the reason for the drop in air pressure was that we had sprung a leak. Huh? Hold on a second. Takeshi, who had been listening quietly until then, spoke. So then this here is 1 atmosphere of pressure. Yes, that's correct. Why do you... So does that mean this voice alteration thing we're wearing, we don't need it anymore? No, that. Please, keep wearing it. Why? The helium gas is almost gone, right? Only you remained silent. It looked like she was awkwardly avoiding my gaze. Anyway, please, just don't take them off. Okay, if I were Takeshi, the #1 troublemaker in the group, I would just take them out. I'd just be like, whatever. Who cares? I've done it before. I know it's not like the most dangerous thing in the world. Surely it's fine. Why not? What reason is there? The reason is... Well, if Sora... No, shut up. Shut up, you. Well, if Sora says so, it should be good enough. It is not. It literally isn't. I'm still wearing it, and I don't have any problem with it. This voice alterator, rather. Well, that's for sure. I'd almost forgotten I was wearing it. See? Anyway, more importantly, we should be talking about what we're going to do for as our next step. At least that's my opinion. What are you two hiding? What are you two hiding about this facility? Can people not hear Kid if they take out the earbuds? Because he's a robot? I don't know. Maybe. Next step, huh? After that, we crossed our arms and started brainstorming, but we couldn't come up with even a single good idea. In the end, is Sora aware of the Hemo door? Surely she must know about that, right? I guess all we can do is wait for help to come. Of course, there was no reason to expect a differing opinion. 8:36 p.m. Nearly an hour had passed since Tsumugi had left the room. Where has she gone? What is she doing? Sora said that she was going to try and think of a plan and went back to the control room. The remaining 4 of us didn't have anything to say or do and continued to wait for contact or help from the outside. Tsumugi hasn't come back. Sora muttered that. I wonder if it's a good idea to leave her alone like this. I don't know if there's anything good about it. Hey, kid. You followed after Tsumugi a bit ago, right? Yeah. She didn't say where she was going or anything? Nope, she didn't mention anything. Well, you want to look for her? As if Yu's words were a sign, I stood up. For some reason, Yu made straight for the control room. Huh? Why the control room? You don't remember? When we were gathered in the control room before, Sora said something, right? By searching for the life readings or bio signs of such and such. She said that? Yep, she for sure did say that. Weren't you listening? I thought I was, but... So why don't we do a bioscan for life? We'll probably know where Tsumugi is right away. Bioscan. It seemed like one difficult word after another was being thrown at me. I wondered if it was part of amnesia. There were so many words and phenomena and systems and stuff that I was at a loss. Without thinking, I let out a sigh. So yeah, basically the reason people don't get crushed to death from the pressure underwater is because they breathe in air from air tanks to fill them with more pressure inside their bodies, making them equal to the water pressure. They did the same with the buildings, pressurizing the inside so the pressure as the pressure outside. Yeah, I see. I'm starting to see that. Like kind of borrowing my knowledge a little bit from Virtue's Last Reward a little bit, because that also had a pressure decompression chamber a little bit for that exact same reason. Obviously not water related, but for a very similar reason. Yeah. Incidentally, there had been another thing I hadn't been able to understand. Somewhere along the line, everyone had taken to calling me Kid. That random decision-making process, and not Makoto, to find the consensus on my name had ended up with me being called Kid. And they are actually calling him Shonen in Japanese. So it's not anything to do with the actual studio name. It's just kind of like a neat little English translation reference, if that makes sense. Well, it was better than John Mitochondria anyway. Those names were pretty bad, I will say. But still, it was all hard for me to understand. I sighed again and followed everyone into the control room, shaking my head. Hey, is something wrong? Sora tilted her head, looking at us quizzically as we shuffled into the room. Same diff. Yeah, basically, I guess same diff, essentially. Same reason behind it. Well, we just didn't think we could leave Tsumugi alone like this. Yeah, so we thought if we could get you to do another bioscan. Oh, I see. So that's it. You want me to investigate the location of Komachi-san then? Please wait a moment. A map of Limu was displayed on the monitor. It enlarged and reduced in size, slid, spun, the image switched and changed in a dizzying way. Hey, Sora? Will you really know where Tsumugi is just by running a bio search for her? Yes. Humans are homeothermic animals, meaning that they constantly maintain a temperature of around 36 degrees Celsius. That body temperature can be detected using infrared radiation. Via this technique, we can affirm the location and number of humans in the Limu complex. Okay, the number of humans. The number of humans. So if Koko were here, she would show up. And yet, where is she? Unless she wasn't human. See, there it is. There was an uncertain bit of light in Zuider's stock. There's no mistake, that's Komachi-san. Okay, hold on 1 second. Sorry to do this. I have to make a call real quick. Hold on. Let me go over to Burb screen. So sorry, I will be right back in a few minutes. Alright, so sorry about that. Let me go back to game screen. And continuing. There's no mistake. That's Komachi-san. Below that, in the room in Dritter Stock, there were also a number of light-emitting points overlapping. I figured that was probably the control room. Huh? What is... Just then, I noticed something strange. In the corner of the monitor, life reading 7 was displayed in small letters. What is it? Isn't there something strange about this number? See? I pointed to the corner of the monitor. Lebensation 7, life readings 7. 7? 7? 7, it's my turn to say it. Why? There should have been a total of 6 people trapped in Limu. You, Sara, Sora, Tsumugi, Takashi, and me. However, in the main computer, Limith was indicating that there were 7 people. What in the world? And then, life readings 5, life readings 7, life readings 6. Is Koko the robot? Is she Limith? Is she controlling the system? What? 5, 7, 6, 5, 7, 6. We so narrowly avoided 6, 7. Thank goodness. The numbers changed by the second, and always the number 6 plus or minus 1. Why? Why is this happening? Flustered and out of character, Sora was busily operating the console. But the numbers continued to fluctuate, and there was no sign that they would stop. I shifted my eyes to the points of light on the map. Even if the life reading numbers had changed, the points of life didn't increase or decrease. Okay. If the number really is 7, then that would mean there's another person here that didn't get out in time. Yeah, assuming that 7 is the right number. Hold on, everybody. Calm down. For a while, I watched the number switch. Finally, it stopped on the number 6. Life readings 6. Huh? It stopped on 6. I'm thinking about Koko, but like also Kid is weird as well. It could be in relation to Kid instead. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Huh? It stopped on 6. It's probably broken or something. No, it shouldn't be. Anyway, it looks like... Gosh darn it, keep pulling up the log. It looks like it settled on 6, so that's probably the right number, right? Y'all don't ask enough questions. Y'all don't ask questions. Makes sense? Thinking about it, it's hard to imagine anyone else is here. But what, kid? We looked all over Limu, and we didn't meet anyone. That's true. Well, that's not true. There's Sector 4, right? Sector 4 and every other place that we're not able to get to, so one person might be trapped over there instead. That's true, but Well, either way, we can check by walking around the complex, right? But first, we need to go secure Tsumugi. Secure? You mean save? Saving is removing an object from danger. Securing is removing danger itself. Is Tsumugi really that dangerous? Oh, that's right. I haven't told Sada, you and Sada, you and you, too. All about that crazy girl, have I? No. No. Alright, it's time to think of a way of securing Tsumugi. Are you ready? We climbed the emergency stairs, aiming for the floor that Tsumugi was on. Only Sora remained in the control room, thinking of ways to escape, trying to re-establish communications, rechecking the complex, and trying to get other systems that were down back online. 8:52 p.m. We arrived at Zweiterstock. And when we did, a voice came from the speaker above the corridor. Right now, Komachi-san seems to be in the security office. Isn't she hearing this as well? She's gonna be like, ah, shit, they're looking for me. They're looking for me. No, leave me alone. I figured Sora was using the complex's intercom system to announce Tsumugi's location. Got it, the security office, huh? Takeshi said that toward the ceiling. On the way to the office, Yu said, Hey, Kuranari, I got an idea. I think this thing is kinda, well, better with just girls. Just girls. I think just Mayo and I should go. That way, it might be easier to talk to Tsumugi. Mayo, you're okay with that, yeah? Sure, I'm fine with that. Why can't Takashi and I come along? This kind of thing gets messy when there are guys around. 4 against 1 triggers fear, you know? Fight or flight reactions. That was Sarah speaking that. Oops. Sorry. This is also actually a very similar thing that happened with God, what's her name? What's her name? You clone, you dirty clone, you clone. Her? Her from Never 7. I didn't have any voices for her by the time she arrived, and I was just like, I'm just gonna give her like my regular normal voice, honestly. My very basic voice. And it became hard to remember like, oh, she's my normal voice, and to bounce off from different characters because they're not like so far removed from me. And this is a very similar thing that's happening with you, where you is just my regular normal voice. So it's a very interesting thing. That, and let's call it female intuition. Intuition? I've got a hunch that Mayo and I can fix this misunderstanding. Misunderstanding, huh? That's what it is, isn't it? We haven't done anything to make her angry, so... That's true. It might be better to just let the 2 girls go in instead of going in a group. For some reason, I didn't have any confidence in my ability to get Tsumugi to open up to us, and I was sure that type of thing wasn't one of Takashi's strong points either. That is true. That's the feeling I get from him as well. Then I guess we'll leave it up to you. So with that, Yu and Sada headed to the security office. Takashi and I were left in the middle of the corridor, at a loss as to what to do. So, do you think it's crazy that we have very similar voices? Shut up. Okay. So, what now? What do you say? Wanna wait in front of the security office? I don't think that would accomplish anything, but... Then what? I don't know. For now, we could take a look around. I've had enough of that. Well, I haven't. You, Sada, and I walked so much that we just wore holes in... Oh. You, Sada, and I walked so much that we just about wore holes in our shoes. Zweiterstock, Dritterstock, everywhere. In that case, why don't we give the merry-go-round a shot? I don't know. 2 guys on the merry-go-round sounds kinda... Yeah, yeah. It's the early 2000s. Well, anyway, I decided to take a look around inside Limu. I'm the kind of guy who just has to see things with his own two eyes. So Takashi and I split up to search. We agreed to meet up at 9:30 p.m. We were to meet in front of the security office. 9:19 p.m. Limu has 3 layers below the ocean's surface. Ersterboden, Zweiterstock, Dritterstock. There are 17 meters between each floor. If you go down a floor, then you go 17 meters deeper. Thus, the third floor, Dritter Stock, is 51 meters deep. With all of that time on my hands, I visited Sora in the control room. I honestly thought she was like narrating to the player right now and just being like, in case you didn't know, like one of the friggin' Monokuma segments of just like, here's some random trivia that has nothing to do with anything. I thought she was doing that for a moment. Sora politely and in an easy to understand way explained to me about Limu, of which I was almost entirely ignorant. Outside of Dritter is a total of 6 atmospheres of pressure, 5 atmosphere water pressure, and 1 atmosphere air pressure. Even if, hypothetically, you were to suddenly go outside into the ocean from Dritter, your lungs would be crushed to about 1/6 of their size, and approximately 5/6 of them would be flooded. You would likely die in a matter of minutes. Likely unless you were a robot, of course. Can I ask a question? Go ahead. How much pressure exactly is 5 atmospheres of water pressure? It's hard to imagine. I mean, even if you were a robot, you'd still probably be crushed somewhat. You know, maybe you wouldn't die, but still somewhat. 1 atmosphere is 1 kilogram of weight per square centimeter. The difference in pressure inside and outside of Limu is 5 atmospheres, or a multiple of 5. Please think of it as 5 kilograms of weight per square centimeter. 5 kilograms of weight per square centimeter. Oh, 5, it was me, kid, talking, oopsie daisy. So for each meter, it would be 100 times 100, or 50 tons? That's correct. But what about those people that skin dive? They can dive the depths of about 30 meters, right? The current world's record for freediving is about 150 meters. Terrifying, okay. With an aqua lung and pauses along the way, it probably just about anyone could dive around 35 meters. However, the air sent to your lungs would be highly pressurized gas. I see. So this was what you were talking about earlier, Albert. But with skin diving, they don't stop to breathe along the way. Amateurs can't make it past 20 meters. Anything deeper than that requires intensive training. Wow, is that right? And there is one other important thing. Even if you could withstand the water pressure, could you really swim over 51 meters to the surface? 51 meters? How high is that? 51 meters? Imagine a 15-story building. Or 5 3-story school buildings stacked on top of each other. I'm glad for this reference, honestly, because I am a silly American. And they've been talking in meters and centimeters, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever you say, Sora, you're so valid. I have no clue what she's talking about. 5 schools stacked. No way, I couldn't swim that. Well, how about a 10-story building? The depth of Zwader Stock only amounts to 34 meters. 34 meters? I might be able to handle that, or I think it might be impossible. Well, another wonderful save. Okay. A 10-story building? I can't swim. I did swimming classes when I was younger, but I was always really bad at them. So I think even that would be impossible, probably. I think even that would be impossible. I think you are probably correct. So basically, what you're trying to say is that we can't escape by swimming, right, Sora? Yes. I guess in the end, all we have to do is wait for help to arrive. That's what it comes down to. But I'm just getting this sense of dread, like, I don't know, the outside world is dead. I don't know. It's probably, again, Virtue's Last Reward vibes, but it's just like something, why wouldn't they come and rescue us, you know? As I was so involved in my chat with Sora, I'd missed the appointed meeting time. I left the control room and headed towards the meeting point in front of the security office. But Takeshi was nowhere to be seen. Hey, Takeshi! I called out to him, but there was no answer. Glancing at the door of the security office, I saw that it was open. I decided to take a peek inside the room. No one was there, Yeah, I kind of figured as much. It's like we haven't communicated to them at all that like, hey, we were gonna do this thing. They're not on the security cams as well, so that's a little weird. Not you, Sara, nor Tsumugi. Hey, Sora! Sora, everybody? Where are you? I looked up at the bare ceiling and called out. I figured Sora would be in the control room monitoring me. Oh, I guess she can actually hear. I thought Takeshi was just being kind of dumb and responding to the ceiling, but no, it's a two-way communication. Okay. But apparently she wasn't. The speakers in the ceiling remained painfully silent. I wonder what I should do. I thought as I wandered, walking through the corridors. First, I would just go back to the control room and look for signs of life. I guess maybe Sora has to pull that up, but I would probably do that. You could float up before blacking out, but the decompression would... Yeah, the decompression would be a major factor in that, so... But theoretically, if you could get past the decompression, it's like... I don't know, could you possibly sort of get through the swimming aspect of it? Or I guess the floating aspect of it. Even still, I was very bad at swimming, so it's not really my forte. We do another save, because we can. And we have all these save slots. Alright. To the merry-go-round. Oh, yay! Maps! I love that. I love this. This is cool. So, in the way that Sora was talking about last time, is like Sector 4 might be able to be reached. This is a different floor, so this technically doesn't work. But like, for example, this could be Sector 8, and like this could be Sector 4 or something, for example. So all the mini blocks inside, in between. The merry-go-round. Several dozen dolphins were connected in a circle. There were no horses, no carriages, there were no children's voices. And the blue ocean was just one paneling of wall away. We were all trapped in that place. Thinking that, it was hard to believe that the scenery spreading before me was reality. What am I doing here? That thought popped into my mind. What I was experiencing there seemed much more bizarre to me than the fact that I lost my memory. In other words, my doubts about the past were less about my sense of unease than my sense of unease about the present. I was overcome by a sense that my existence was floating away. Oh god. Okay, I thought maybe everyone had winked out of existence in the way that the number of people was kind of fluctuating. But okay. Hey kid. Are you spacing out there? Yu was peeking out at me from the shadow of a rock. Not exactly. Really? Oh, that reminds me. How are things with Tsumugi? Well, in a nutshell, it was like we whiffed. What do you mean? We started with light conversation about how old she was, where she lived, if she was hungry. We were biding our time, waiting for the right pitch. Ultimately, Mayo asked her straight out, "Why are you so mad?" And what did she say? I said we whiffed, right? It was like we waited and waited for a good pitch, but we didn't get anything, so we swung. So it was a big 0. I don't know if it was a 0, but we sure didn't hit a home run. All we can do is wait for her to get careless and throw the right pitch. And get her out. No, get a hit. You love the baseball analogy. You love the baseball catch back and forth of conversation. You love that analogy. Kid, however, does not. I just want to get a sense, to feel what she's all about. Reasons aside, it's just something unpleasant about being disliked. Saying that, Yu started walking. She got on the platform of the merry-go-round and petted the fin of a dolphin. I followed after Yu and jumped on the back of a dolphin. Incidentally, what were you doing here? I was looking for everybody. I went to the security office. Nobody was there. What about you, Yu? What were you doing? I was just hanging around this area near the merry-go-round. I just wanted to be alone, so... yes, the sports ball jokes. Yep, they love doing that. It's I mean, I guess it's like a common Japanese thing, or like general Japanese culture thing in general, but they love bringing it up, especially in anime and visual novels. Alone? You cast a lonely look at the dolphin as she patted its smooth skin. Hey, why doesn't this dolphin move? Because it's not real? Probably because it's not turned on. Oh, right, that. Right, that. I was like, are you being philosophical about this? Because it's not that deep. No. Okay, probably because it's not turned on. There should be an operating panel around here somewhere. You think if we turned it on, then the dolphin will move? Yeah, probably. And swim in the ocean and catch fish and stuff. What? Oh, she really did mean it like that. Okay. I was just thinking. Because inside Limu, there are dolphins and whales and fish and clams and octopuses. There are even jellyfish and sea anemones, but none of them are real living creatures. Of course not. They were all made by people. I wonder if you're actually a robot. Is this where this is going? For example, deep in a forest, it would be harder to find something that's not alive than something that is alive, right? Yeah. that is true. If you're counting the trees, which you probably should, because they are living, yes. There are trees and grass, birds and bugs, soil and little living creatures inside of it. Everything is alive. But how about here? The only thing that's alive in this vast space is us. And they call this an underwater paradise? A utopia? In this utopia, living things are outnumbered by non-living things. Which, in a way, means we're intruders in this world of the dead. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Yeah, let's get you back to the infirmary. Maybe you just need to sleep. It is pretty late at night. Let's just get you to bed. You patted the dolphin. The dolphin's deformed plastic smile didn't move at all. A steel rod was stuck into its belly. Do you hate Limu, Hugh? Well, it's hard to say. It's not like I like or dislike it. But you liked it enough to start working here, right? No? No, you didn't? No. Well, then why? With my question, you tilted her head. Then she just clammed up and started wandering around one of the dolphins. Finally, her feet stopped, and you quietly faced me. I'm looking for something important. Something important. 2 a.m. too deep. It's like, I'm 13 and this is deep. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna walk away from this one. What is she on about? Something important? That wasn't your voice, that was my voice. Oops. A clue about... Okay. A clue about my father. Oh joy. Okay. Alright, so you're... This is the Alice inspiration, I guess. It's very much the Alice prototype here. I was also about to say, it's like, it's a stretch. It's like amusement parks can show up at any piece of media. It's not exclusive to this series, but I was gonna say, it's like, technically, if you want to really think about it, I, the Somnium Files starts in an amusement park thing, merry-go-round like this. Amusement park is kind of a central location in the first game and then the side game. A clue about my father. What? Actually, my father worked in the research and development division of Limu. Research and development? I don't know the details. It seems like my father made the Lemith program. Lemith? Wasn't that Limu's central computer? Yeah. Of course, he didn't do it alone. He was one of the members involved in developing the project. Huh? Is that so? But what do you mean by clue? My father disappeared one day. Oh boy, did he get kidnapped? Because, you know, I swear, if we start talking about freaking clones, everything clones and like the secret society and we needed ransom. Oh gosh. I should really be thinking in that direction though, because it's not the worst thing in the world for writers to be borrowing different concepts from previous games they've worked on. So I should be thinking in that direction. And if it ends up being something else, then I'll be surprised. Yippee. But, oh man, okay. It'd be kind of awful to have a bunch of animals living in this place, to be honest. Yeah, because then, like, what would happen is, like, people would have to take care of them, so we would have to be taking care of them. The extra responsibility. And I feel like Kid is not equipped to take care of living life. You know? I just don't feel that. I don't get that vibe from him. So my father disappeared one day. What? He just went missing. When? He's been missing for as long as I can remember. That first note in this song was the same first note as the sad theme in Never 7. I was hit with a wave of, oh gosh, okay, here we go again. He's been missing as long as I can remember. It was when I was 1 year old, 17 years ago. So you don't remember your father? No. I've only seen pictures and movies of him. I don't really have any memories. I guess you could say my memories are off. Haha. Get it? Haha. Everything I told you, I heard from my mother. But why? Why did he disappear? If I knew that, I wouldn't have come here. What do you mean? The last time my father was seen in Limu. So I thought... The last time my father was seen in Limu. So I thought if I came here, maybe I would be able to find some clues about my father. It seems like my mother had already given up, so I can't count on her. My mother has convinced herself that my father is already dead. The word dead had a heavy ring to it. Yu looked straight at me as her eyes watered. But, you know, I believe. I know my dad is still alive somewhere. He has to be. My father just went missing, and his remains were never found. I couldn't find any words. I didn't know what to say to her. She might have been waiting for me to say something like, "You're right, he's probably alive somewhere." But I couldn't say it. Enclosed space, the smell. Oh, the smell as well. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. It's been a long time since I've been to an aquarium. Probably not since middle school, I don't think. Middle school or elementary school? I'm thinking about a time that I think I went to a zoo that technically had an aquarium. So, it's like, I didn't even think about that point, but I do remember them having... I mean, they have a certain smell to them, but I also... Like, the upkeep and management of it is probably adds to the smell as well. Ugh. I just nodded and couldn't even look back into her eyes. Finally, we promised to meet up later in the conference room and split up. I thought I would go somewhere else. I guess I'm just getting information about all the different characters, so it doesn't really matter, I don't think. I'm just gonna continue off this one save. To the jellyfish gondola, to the warehouse, to the control room, to the security office. To the warehouse. I wound up in front of the warehouse. I don't expect anyone is here, but what's that? The watertight door at the entrance was slightly open. I was sure it was closed when I had come by there with you and everyone. Is anybody there? I softly opened the door. Oh god. Okay. You're always jump scaring me. What the hell? Let me take a sip of water here 1 second. All right. Huh? Sarah? Yes, okay. Sarah was inside. She was sitting on top of a pile of boxes. I didn't know if I'd surprised her, but her face seemed to stiffen. Oh, kid, don't scare me like that. Sorry. After shooting me a slight glare, Sarah stuck her hands in her pocket and dropped to the floor. But what are you doing here? Huh? Oh, I just wanted some time alone. Alone? You had said almost the same thing. What happened with Tsumugi? Nothing, really. Well, you seem pretty down. In the end, she didn't tell us anything. We were just running in circles, and it wore me out. I see. Feminine intuition aside, not even the two girls had been able to get through to her, even though there was no apparent reason for Tsumugi to hold a grudge. What could Tsumugi have gotten so angry with us about? Finally, we promised to meet up later in the conference room and split up. Okay, that was it? That was it. Huh. Okay, maybe I was locked into learning a little bit more about, you there. Maybe that's it. To the jellyfish gondola. Let's go there. The jellyfish gondola. Tsumugi was there. Oh, okay. Her back was to me, and she was looking at the entrance. I called out to her loudly. Wanna ride the gondola? Tsumugi turned to look at me, but she immediately turned on her heel and walked away. Wait a minute. I already told you. I said don't ever talk to me again. But... Tsumugi started walking again. Hey, I said wait! What is it? You're so irritating. You've met Yu and Sara, right? So what? Why didn't you listen to them? It's none of your business. Is that why you stopped me? I really like her goofy expression, though. I like her, she doesn't seem like a mean person, you know? That's kind of what I was saying, like, first impressions based off of the image I have to the side here. It's like, she doesn't seem like a mean person, so... Is that why you stopped me? No. The real reason is something else. Before, you said something about those guys or something, right? What did you mean by that? Tsumugi stared at me intently. She narrowed her eyes almost as if she was appraising me. Intimidated by her intense glare, my body stiffened and I swallowed. What is with you? I don't know. I wish I did know, but I don't. Fine. Well, if you aren't lying, I'll warn you about one thing. You are just being used by them, she said with a smile. Okay, all right. Using me? So who do you mean when you say those guys? I can't say any more than that because I'm mysterious and cool. I mean, it has to be friggin'... Some part of it has to be you. And some part of it has to be Sora. Because they were like... They were saying something strange about like, don't take out your earbuds. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just definitely don't do it. Sada is also not in the mood to talk, which is very strange. But I think Takeshi is just a regular guy. I think Takeshi is just regular. So... Oh, it's about time for also the first break of the stream. So, let me go over to Burb's screen. Alright, if you are here, stretch, get some water, all the good stuff. I'll be right back in about 3 minutes. Alrighty, I am back. Have food ad won't get me. I already ordered and ate pizza. That sounds good right about now. I actually ordered pizza as well. same brain syndrome. I have pizza upstairs, so I'm just I guess I'll probably, I haven't eaten much today, so I'm probably gonna end stream earlier, probably at the 2-hour mark. But I want to try and get through as much as I can. So before then, let me go over to game screen. I got a meat lovers. That sounds good. I usually get like just plain cheese. I'm not much of a toppings person. So it's just, for me, it's usually plain cheese. I think part of it is that I grew up for the vast majority of my life as pescatarian, and I don't like things like anchovies on my pizza, so it's usually just plain. And then that's just kind of continued. It's just like, I'll just have regular cheese. But meat lovers is also a good choice. Alright, continuing. I can't say any more than that because I'm being super duper mysterious and awesome and cool. I still don't trust you 100% yet. Oh, also that too, yeah. Well, I guess that's a good reason, sure. And I don't want you trusting me either. I mean, that's a little more edgy, but sure. Anyway, look after yourself. If something happens, I'm not going to help you. Saying only that, Tsumugi turned and left. Having no idea what just happened, I simply stood there. I thought I should go somewhere else. I don't know where. Where did we say we were gonna meet up? The control room? I think the control room. So to the security office. Oh, Takeshi! I was surprised upon returning to the security office. Takeshi was there. I wonder what he's up to. He had both hands on the monitoring panel and was staring into the monitor intently. I was about to call out to him, but I hesitated. The gaze that Takeshi had leveled on the monitor, it was so intense that it made my spine tingle. He had the eyes of a hawk scouring the horizon for prey. Takeshi. I finally got the words out. Takeshi slowly looked back at me. Hey kid, you finally made it. I'm beat from waiting. The look on Takeshi's face was his normal old goofy expression. That's weird. That makes me wonder if... because it's recommended you play through Takeshi first, right? That makes me wonder if... I mean, part of it could be that Takeshi is more, what'd you call that? More proactive than Kid is, seemingly. At least to me. At least to me. But it makes me wonder how Kid's personality is going to change when we're controlling Takeshi and stuff like that. Of just like, do they suddenly have memories that I don't, and, you know, they're acting based off of different information, essentially? I felt relieved. What were you doing? You looked so intense that it was scary. Scary? Yeah, just now, you look scary. That's kinda rude. What's so scary about my face? It's different now, but before it was scary. Then how about you show me how scary it was? Huh? I think your face is kind of like this, glaring at the monitor. I tried to mimic how Takeshi looked by using my fingers to pull up both my eyes. That's not scary at all. Don't try to pretend like it was nothing. Nah, sorry. I was looking for you. My dear. For me? Because you never showed up. I thought I'd call you on the complex intercom system. Huh? I figured you probably lost somewhere and were crying yourself silly. What are you talking about? I was about to say the same thing to you. You weren't here at the time we set up. I mean, you did say you were a little bit late. Where have you been until now? Stupid, you're the one who wasn't here, right? You're totally late. Oh, sorry about that, but you could have waited a little longer. Hey, I'm a busy guy. I'm not here to look after you. Busy? You? Yup, I'm horribly busy. Liar. Until a little while ago, we were wasting time together. So these two do not get along. Can we stop this meaningless conversation? Yeah, it is kind of stupid. Isn't it? We both laughed wryly. That dissolved any tension that was in the atmosphere. I didn't get it. But at some point, I had begun to feel comfortable with him. I thought there was something about him. Something like me, maybe. Perhaps that we have the same voice. I'm not gonna harp on about it, but... How's your condition coming along? Any changes? Saying that, Takeshi sat down in a chair. His eyes were at the same height as mine. Any changes? You mean my memory? Takeshi nodded. I shook my head. I see. Well, don't force it. It's like Sora said. Memory loss can be totally cured with no warning. Easy for you to say. It's not your problem. Sure, it's not my problem. You say it like you've seen it happen. Well, I've been around the block a few times. Sure. Tell me about it. I didn't feel like prying. You should pry. Pry into everyone's business. Well, for now, why don't you just try to remember things? Starting with stuff familiar to you. Yeah, stuff like your birthday. My birthday. What's wrong? Hey, what year is it? Agency! Agency and my protagonist! Never in a million years! Thank you! You forgot that too? Yeah. It's oh my god, no, don't get cut off. Don't get cut off. Takeshi, come on! What year is it? Saying that, Takeshi fished his entrance ticket stub from his pocket. Oh yeah, that's right. It's 2017! Oh boy, what a glorious year of 2017. Okay. I don't think for Never 7 we ever got like a definitive year, I don't think, but it's supposed to be generally modern day-ish, so like you could say anywhere in the 2000s, or like early 2010s, I guess you could say if you were pushing it. But it's not meant to be like futuristic. This is, I guess, 17 years in the future from when this game came out, or just about, or somewhere around there. It's 2017. Takeshi crumpled the stub back up and pushed it back into his pocket. 2017. I remember 2017 being a decent enough year, but I can't necessarily remember. Also, hello, Haunted Luna. Thank you so much for the raid. Yes, Saribot did the automatic shout out. Yay, yay. Hello, welcome on in, raiders. My name is Courie Cosmos. I am the mail delivery girl, the courier of the galaxy, and I am here playing some Ever 17, the Out of Infinity. This is the prequel series, I guess you could say. It's not related, but like the prequel series that Uchikoshi had worked on. Uchikoshi being the creator of Zero Escape and I, the Somnium Files. So we're kind of looking more into his origins here, especially with this game. So, but yes, how was your stream? What were you playing? I forgot I'm unsubbed. No worries. And related in spirit. Yeah, related in spirit, essentially. Related in spirit is a good way of putting it. Zero Escape, my toxic rival. That's fair. That's actually really real for me. I feel that. I would say that this game is so it doesn't have any of the puzzles. It's just like linear story based stuff, but you can already see, if you've already played all 3 Zero Escape games, you can already see the influence. One character literally opened up about her past and I was like, it's literally this character from this specific game. So but yes, it's kind of that sense. As we just learned, the year in this game, it's supposed to be like slightly futuristic, not too much, but slightly futuristic. And the year is 2017. So, oh joy, oh boy, oh jolly. The X-Stalker that never leaves you alone. It just consumes your brain space. Also, we were doing some Minecraft. It was an SMP, and some of us are avians, and I got to design a bird girl. That sounds nice. That sounds cool. I don't know a lot about about Minecraft culture, but you're saying words that are decently familiar to me. So the designing a bird girl part is very cool. That sounds fun. That sounds neat. I hope it went well. And if you have to, of course, for any raiders here and for Luna as well, if you have to raid and run, no worries. I'll just be here playing some more of this game. I will say, just as a warning, I tend to reference Zero Escape and Ida Somnium Files, and I try not to say spoilers for Ida Somnium Files, but I will say spoilers freely for Zero Escape, so it's kind of from that perspective. So if you have any interest, for those of you who haven't played it, I know you've played it, Luna, but for those of you who haven't played it, if you have any interest in sort of checking it out, feel free to skip on this one, because I will be referencing it. But yes. So continuing. Is there something up with that? Yeah, kind of. Kind of? I thought that if I heard the year, then I might be able to remember at least my birthday. I see. Come to think of it, you don't even know how old you are, huh? No. By the looks of it, I'd say you're not a day over 42. What? I'm kidding, relax. You are so Okiko-coded, man. You're such an asshole. There's no way. You're probably in the neighborhood of 14 or 15. Okay, cool. I thought he was a little bit younger, to be honest, based on like the striped shirt, but around there. Okay, a little bit like there. I'm heating up the cinnamon roll I got from Cinnabon. Oh, that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. I was just talking about how I'm gonna end stream a little bit earlier today because I was like, I'm so hungry. I have a pizza waiting for me upstairs. That sounds good. I hope you enjoy your Cinnabon. Zero Escape spoilers? You'll ruin me. Black Blue, you know absolutely nothing about Zero Escape, as we've established. Nothing. Nothing at all. But yes. You're probably in the neighborhood of 14 or 15. If you're 18, then you've got a baby face. 14 or 15, huh? I muttered that. Well, I'm getting out of here. Actually, I haven't finished looking around. Oh hey, Takeshi. It seems like everyone is scattered all over right now. Yeah, we'll have to arrange to meet somewhere sooner or later. I think the conference room would be good. Got it. If I see the others, then I'll give them a word. Takeshi left. I decided to go somewhere else. Want to hear something terrible? Eating pizza after a Cinnabon makes the pizza taste even better. It does. It does, doesn't it? I was just thinking about that. It's like, does anyone actually know? Is cheese is not savory, is it? Or is it? Is it savory? It's like the same effect of having sweet and savory, right? That you get from eating cheese and like something a little bit sweet. I would say it is. It's like, I don't know if it actually, it depends on the kind of cheese. That's fair. That's also fair. I actually don't know. It's like, to me, it works in a very similar way. So some cheese can be savory, some can be sweet. So it's sweet on top of sweet. I see. I've eaten dessert pizza first, and the cheese and pepperoni makes it taste so good. Oh man, what I wouldn't kill. Okay, all right, it's over. It's over, everyone. Go home. Go home. I'm ending the stream right now. Get out. We're done. We're done. Who cares about kid? Who cares? I'm hungry. No. Let me go back. I want to play more of the game. I want to know what's up with everybody. We learned a decent amount about friggin' Yu. One of the characters is named Yu, as in YU. So we learned a decent amount about her. We're not learning as much about everybody else, so I'm still interested. I thought I would go somewhere else. To the control room, probably to meet up with Sora. Yo, sweet cheese sounds, I don't know. I don't know if I've had sweet cheese before. I don't know if I ever had that. They're also suspicious at this stage. Everyone's suspicious, and especially because Sumugi literally pointed out, is like, they're all suspicious. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. Never trust anyone, including me and including yourself. And then she just walked away. It's like, what do I even believe anymore? What do I even do? I went to the control room. What's up? Any progress? Unfortunately, no. It appears that even Lemeth is not able to accurately gauge the situation. It is something that would normally be unthinkable. Oh, that reminds me. Sora, did you know? No? Know what? Junpei, did you know that Ice 9 is a real phenomenon? Shut up, kid. That Yu's father made Lemeth. Oh yeah, that's actually important. Wait, did you know that? Huh? Is that right? That's news to me. Of course, he didn't make it all by himself. She said her dad was a member of the development project team. Is that right? That's very interesting. By the way, why is Lemeth called Lemeth? Oh, haven't I told you? No, I haven't heard. Lemeth's proper name is... Oh my god. I love German. It's so great. I love speaking German. I do it every day, all times of the day. Multiverses system. That is its name. Nailed it on the first try. What was that? Can you give it to me one more time? No. No. The lives multiverses intelligence here system. That is its name. I actually watched some streamers that are from Germany, so they'll bring up German and speak in German every now and then, and it's like obviously well, I haven't made the attempt to learn. There is that, but obviously I have not learned a single thing. I don't know. I barely know what German sounds like, obviously. Although note, sweet cheese doesn't go well in the same places as savory cheese. I would figure, right? If for example pizza is using savory cheese, then putting sweet cheese on pizza is probably not that good of an idea. So those are indeed words. They're the words of all time. I think you just cast a spell. Cast a spell on us? Probably. That's probably what it is. That is its name. Language is that? It's German. What does it mean? The first part, indicates that the name of a pharmaceutical company? Dear God, Sora, stop. Stop this. Stop this right now. The bit after that means something along the lines of parallel processing artificial intelligence systems. The first letter of each word created the acronyms Lemeth, so they called the system Lemeth. Uh-huh, I see. Hey, there are two things I want to ask you. What might they be? That label, what was it again? In Japan, it is known as oh, this is gonna be relevant though. Le bleach pharmaceuticals. Okay. So, what is the relationship between Le Bleach and Limu? The company managing this theme park is called Limu, and the largest stockholder is Le Pharmaceuticals. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hongo, is that you? You have no idea. Earlier, you was telling us about how, like, her dad went missing. She actually worked for this company and then went missing. It's like, I'm actually on a mission here to find my father. And I'm like, I'm just like looking at the spitting image of Alice and I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? I see. So essentially, I guess that Lei has the right to say whatever happens at Limu. I suppose that is a reasonable interpretation. The origin of the name of this theme park, the official line that it was named after, is the phantom continent Lemuria. But actually, I've heard that it is just a combination of the first letters of Le Blich Mesdin and Utopiae. Utopiae means utopia. In other words, Lei created this place to be a dreamlike utopia. So that is why they called it that. A utopia, huh? And what was your second question? I feel like a lot of so right now it is a lot of like world building stuff, which I'm not opposed to when it comes to Sora, but like that's all that she talks about, and I'm pretty sure she's doing that because she has a lot to hide. She has a lot to hide. Like, actually, I'm the CEO of that company. Did you know? Did you know I'm the CEO? I'm the president of that company. I don't know, something like that. Or my husband is the president of that company or something. I don't know, something like that. What was your second question? Well, it's about German. German? Yeah. You just said that Limu's official name is German, right? And all around Limu is these German signs and stuff. I wondered why German. True, I also wondered this, actually. I wondered. I think itch is pronounced as ick. Okay, I will not remember this, but I can try. I can try. It's because Le Blic, I guess, Pharmaceuticals is a joint venture between a Japanese and German company. Its headquarters are in Frankfurt, and the majority of officials are German. So that's why it's all in German. So Le Blic Pharmaceuticals actually has a pretty strong relationship with Limu then. Since I'm asking, can I ask one more thing? Go ahead. Why did Le Blic Pharmaceuticals want to run a theme park anyhow? I mean, we're talking about Le Blic Pharmaceuticals. They make medicine, right? That doesn't seem to have anything to do with a theme park. And this is right in the middle of the ocean, right? Why go through all the trouble of... Because I just love not telling you things, that's why. I'm sorry. I can't answer that question. For no reason at all do you have prosopagnosia. Are you able to see me right now? What? Why not? It is confidential information. To be fair, that makes sense. I guess you would be under NDA, but... we're also trapped in the middle of the ocean. Like, who cares? Confidential? What in the... Who could I possibly tell? I can't imagine that a kid like me finding out could cause any damage. You really can't even tell little old me? Sora had gone quiet and wasn't answering. Okay, I understand. You know, I was about to ask the same thing. Why would a pharmaceutical company make a theme park? That's also a good point. Again, it's like for mind games, they're testing if it's anything like Never 7, they're testing time travel. They want to test that phenomenon. After everything that happened with Kurumi and that shrine and everything like that, they were like, whoa, time travel is real. That's crazy. And they want to test the phenomenon in an isolated space. Is the only thing that I could think of. Well, just forget about it. I'm really sorry. It's all right. You don't have to apologize. You have to keep the secret as part of your job, right? There's nothing you could do about it. All right, I'll tell you one thing. Limu does not rely on energy provided from its outside, but generates all of its energy from in this complex. And directly under us, at a depth of 119 meters, is the seafloor. There is a thermal vent on the surface of the seafloor where water of several hundred degrees is pumped out, and heat from this is used to operate generators. Okay, that sounds so complicated. Why would you not just get all of your electricity from outside? But okay, sure. I waited for the rest of the explanation, but Sora didn't say anything more. Okay. And just what does it have to do with what we were just talking about? Sora let the question go. Do you mind if I get back to work? Yeah, sorry to bother you. I just realized, hold on. Sorry, I have to switch to multi-chat. I'm sorry about that. I just remembered. All right, continuing. Oh, sorry to bother you. I gave up and left. Why would they build a theme park? Eh? Hold on. Lima was controlled by a Japanese-German joint venture called Leblich Pharmaceuticals. Why would they build a theme park? Why would someone mistrust a Pfizer theme park? Apparently a lot of people. How would this it takes place in 2017, so I guess it's good. It's like in 2025 this would have in 2020 this would be a whole issue, and it's just like, oh god. Oh god. And what could it have to do with the fact that they generated their own energy? I left that mystery spinning in my mind. On the way down the corridor, I noticed something. I looked for the source of the sound. Someone was crossing the corridor where it came to a T up ahead. A girl? It was a girl I'd never seen before. I followed after her. Koko? Koko, real! She's real! Look, I'm like pointing at her. She's real! There she goes! I followed after her as if I was being pulled in by her. Hey, wait, you there! The girl went into the infirmary. No one was inside. She's a ghost. What the hell? I noticed a squarish hole cut out of the floor. I peeked inside. Down below, a small lift was stopped. It appeared that there was another room directly below the infirmary. I pushed the button, calling the lift, and hopped in. In the darkness, a girl sat on the bed. She's real? Oh my god, she's real. Okay. Well, this was the flashback that I saw. This was definitely it. Okay. I was at a loss for words. I didn't know where to start. The girl just stared at me intently. It's all right. Don't worry. Everything is all right. What are you talking about, kid? It's not all right. She didn't answer. Anyway, let's go to where everyone else is. Oh god. Oh god, not the Koko voice. Not the friggin' Kurumi voice. Everybody? Yeah, it's not just me. There are lots of other people. Help? Did you come to help? Yeah, that's right. But that's probably impossible. Huh? There's no way out anymore. The girl's eyes were sad and moist. Why do you say that? We'll be fine. Our rescue team should be here anytime. Liar. It's not a lie. The people who escaped know we're here. Someone will come for sure. Why are you saying that's wrong? Because... Suddenly, a shocked look appeared on the girl's face as she focused behind me. I followed her gaze. On the other side of the door was Takeshi peeking in. Oh, okay. So Takeshi probably thought, like, yeah, she might be here. She might actually be here. Never mind, I'm so wrong. I retract my statement. Do you not see her? Do you not see the ghost? Who are you talking to? Takeshi, what great timing. It seems like this girl here didn't get out either. Girl? What girl? There's nobody there. Huh? I looked back. The girl had vanished, and there was no sign that anyone had been sitting where she had been. Impossible. Stop it already. What, are you tired of memory loss and working on hallucinations now? You're worse off than we thought. I feel like everyone's gaslighting me. I don't like that. I don't like that. I had a moment. That's not good. No. I don't like that. No, I'm not seeing things. There was a girl here. She was sitting on the bed. Listen, kid. What? Aren't you hungry? Hungry? Who cares about that right now? There was a girl here. A girl, I tell you. I know. There was a girl here. I heard you. You don't get it at all. All right. I'll listen to your whole story later. But nothing. You're gonna piss me off if you keep this up. Everyone is waiting for you to eat together. Oh, we're gonna have dinners together as well. Okay. Let me take a sip of water here. Hold on. Turns out she's actually a highly sophisticated, hard light constructed projection by hidden projectors in the ceiling. Your eyes were surgically altered to see her, but the process caused you to lose your memories. You can also hear my voice is definitely going. I did not hydrate at all yesterday. I did not do that at all, so this is the result of that. The girl is the AI that's running the theme park. That's actually a government secret lab. Okay, the second part I didn't really think about, but also the first part is something that I literally said earlier in the stream. I was like, what if she's Lemith? What if she's the one running everything? I mean, maybe. There's no reason to assume why not. I don't know. I don't know if I would say... Because, like, part of it as well is, like, she... Have we ever seen her interact with anybody? No, she interacted with freaking Sora in the beginning. This was before everything. Unless she's like a ghost from a previous timeline, she is real. She has talked to other people. Unless Sora is just also hiding that. For some reason, it's only Kid. It's only Kid. Only Kid and Sora can see her. I don't know. Well then, what are we gonna do about the girl? I'm sure the girl is probably starving. Oh, wait, no, is that the wrong... Oh, but then what are we gonna do about the girl? I'm sure the girl is probably starving too. Oh man, you've completely lost it. I'm not crazy. There was a girl right here. In the end, I couldn't get Takeshi to listen to me. 10:24. Before going into the conference room, I peeked into the control room. The bioscan figure was eating at my mind. Life reading's 5. The number had dropped from 6 to 5. Is that... Hold on, is that everybody? I can save, and if I did that... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that it... Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It dropped down to 5. So Kid is... Again, they're robots. They can't be real. This is a testing facility. Something like that. Something like that. It can't be real. Hard light projections can touch things? They can? Okay, today I learned. Today I learned that... You know what? Might as well. I don't know what theory to create here. It's like, what is she? Why does no one else see her? Everyone was in the conference room. There were fried tuna sandwiches and drinks secured from the sandwich shop for everyone. I gotta say, it would suck being down here for days on end and the only thing that you could eat is just tuna. Tuna sandwiches. That's all that we have down here because it's a water amusement park, so it has to be themed around fish and stuff. But that's all that we have. I would hate that. Only Tsumugi was absent. I wondered where she had gone, but more than that, I was worried about her. I told everyone about the girl, but everyone just laughed, and not one of them listened. No one else had seen the girl. Then I remembered the bioscan figure. 7. That girl was probably person number 7, but the number had been 5 and 6 as well. How is everyone brushing me off? Yeah, we all saw the flickering number, right? Only Takeshi should be the one that should be like, yeah, you're crazy, I didn't see anything. What could it mean? The number of the girl had been burned away into my... The image of the girl, rather, had been burned into my mind, and there was no getting away from it. I wondered if it was, like Takeshi had said, a hallucination. If not, then a ghost? That was crazy. I shook my head at my own silliness. Overwatch taught me that. Today I learned. See, video games can teach you things. Also about the state of Ice 9, which is totally... Was Ice 9 real? Ice 9 is not real. There's no way it's real. I refuse to believe that's real. That was just Uchikoshi on his bullshit, just at his finest. Maybe I was losing it. Something had been wrong with me. I needed to calm down and collect myself. While I thought that, I flipped up the tab on the can of cola. Washa. At first, I didn't know what had happened. I licked the liquid around my lips. It was sweet. It seemed as if the cola had exploded into my face. Now, damn it, everyone's laughing at me. You're so stupid. Thanks, guys. Everyone exploded in a chorus of laughter. Hey, what the heck are you doing, kid? You said that laughing. These cans contain special gas so that they can be used at 6 atmospheres. Oh, I guess that's also a consideration. Good on the game for remembering that. But right now, we're at 1 atmosphere, right? So if you don't hold it down when you open it, the soda inside explodes. It's interesting that we... Also, just like a meta gaming perspective of just like we keep hammering the fact that it's like we're deep within the ocean and like we would never be able to look at all the atmospheres and everything else like that. And it's like it makes me think, but what if we weren't somehow? But what if we weren't? What if we've been lied to? What if we're in the middle of the Nevada desert, you know? That sort of thing. But I don't think that's something that could be faked. I think the setting itself is legitimately real. Maybe the setup is a little off, but I think we are actually underwater. So if you don't hold it down when you open it, the soda inside explodes. As she laughed, Sada took out her handkerchief. I took it and wiped my face. I was enveloped in laughter. Without noticing, I'd forgotten everything that had been weighing on my mind. Even though everyone is entirely lying to me and I can't trust any of them. 11:27 p.m. Almost an hour had passed. What a dork! Point and laugh at him. I genuinely wonder as well if the pressurized soda made me wonder if they were telling the truth about that or not. Yeah, if it... Because, like, that could also be a reason why friggin' Sora was like, yeah, don't take the earphones out. Is because there'd be no noticeable difference. So it'd be like, oh, hey, it's like, what's that all about? Are we not actually underwater? Are we not where we think we are? I think that would be a pretty big tell. No help had come. There was no contact. The people on the floating island should have known that we were all trapped down here. So why hadn't anyone come? If they couldn't open the watertight doors, there should have been divers that could tap the window glass or something. That's also true. Everyone, I think it is best that we go to sleep this evening. Please leave the rest to me. I don't trust you, so no. Saying that, Sora grinned. Sleep? But where? Are there any places to lie down or anything? In the sectors that were submerged in water, but unfortunately not in the dry areas. Instead, I prepared another place for you. Another place? You prepared this place? Because this is just like a separate area. What do you mean you prepared this? Wait a second, Sora. You're not saying that four people have to sleep in this cramped space. It was the space where I had seen the girl. What is this room anyway? Let me explain. This is a decompression room for medical purposes. Oh, okay. Here, people suffering from decompression sickness, or the bends, are treated. The bends? Yes. Normally, when people leave Limu, they spend an extended period of time going through decompression and adjusting from 6 atmospheres to 1 atmosphere. However, as a result of the accident, everyone has experienced a sudden change in pressure. You may be suffering from the bends. I guess this is what they're talking about now. with what you're saying, it's like, how'd they survive the rapid change for 5 atmospheres? It's like, we don't know, but we're just gonna make sure to take care of your health, essentially. You can fake the soda though, just shake it up before someone opens it. Yeah. And again, it's like, I don't trust anybody. They all have secret Danganronpa style plans behind my back. So I don't know. So just to be safe, I want to have everyone undergo repressurization in this room. But there's nothing wrong with us. In cases of light decompression sickness, you are not necessarily aware of it immediately. There are cases where the pain doesn't start for a day or 2. After you figure it out, you're in trouble. It's too late. Correct. In other words, this is just to be completely safe. Hey, Sora, about the thing in the infirmary? Wasn't there some device that can diagnose medical conditions? Alright. It's the thing. The thing of all time. Oh my gosh, you have Radical 6. I regret to inform you. that thing. Do you mean the LMRI? Yeah, that's it. If you do a scan with that, can't we tell for sure if it's decompression sickness? Unfortunately, no, we cannot. Really? Why not? As you saw before, that device is out of order. Discovering the problem and repairing it would take time and energy. Oh, really? Sora, can I ask you something? What? I want to know more about this decompression sickness. I see. Decompression sickness occurs when there is a sudden change in the surrounding air pressure, and gas bubbles can't be discharged. Gas bubbles that can't be discharged accrue in the body. Thank you, Akane. Very cool. I love your explanations. Gas becomes air bubbles, and these gather in tissues or veins. When gas bubbles remain inside the body, the oxygen respiration efficiency drops dramatically. So no matter how many deep breaths you take, it feels like you're suffocating. Yes. So we will seal this room and pump in the high concentration of the oxygen, slowly taking up the approximately 3 atmospheres. I'm pretty sure if they actually rapidly ascended that way, it would be instantly dead, not a simple case of the bends. Are you talking about like the actual getting down here? Like the descending, supposedly we took a decompression chamber down here, but only Takeshi, Koko, and Sora can really attest to that. But like the actual ascension part of it, I guess we're not really ascending that much, right? It's just the 2 floors. So after that, we slowly compress it back down to 1 atmosphere. Using this difference in pressure, we dissolve the gas bubbles in your body back into the blood, where you get rid of them naturally by breathing. Their pressure dropped from 6 atmospheres to 1 atmosphere fast. Oh, right. Sorry. I blinked out. No, I know what you mean now. Sorry. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. So basically, you make us like a can of cola. You make us like a can of cola that won't blow up. Yes, precisely. Okay, I got it. The decompression process took place over several hours, but boy, was it cramped. 11:54 p.m. I wondered where in the world Tsumugi could have gone. Yeah, she might be in danger. We should at least call her for that. See if she wants to join. I mean, she probably doesn't want to, but you know. Wouldn't the facility implode? The building would be slowly imploding, yes. I'm guessing that's like the time limit. I kind of figured as much. It's like, it's either 2 things or both things. It's like either we're gonna die in here by 7 days, by the end of like 7 days or something, or or the outside world is dead, or both. You know, something like that has to be the case. I wondered where in the world Tsumugi could have gone. And shouldn't Sora have been undergoing decompression as well? Actually, true. What is she doing? I was so tired that my mind and body felt numb, but strangely, sleep didn't come to me. Takeshi had monopolized the bed. He was breathing deeply and peacefully, sleeping so well in an emergency like that. You, Sada, and I sat on the floor. Takeshi, at least... Why do you have to hog the bed? Okay, whatever. I gradually got annoyed with Takeshi sleeping like a log. There were still 4 hours left until the decompression was complete. The night was long. 1:39 a.m. I wondered how much time had passed since pressurization had started. I noticed that the date had already changed. I waited on the hard floor for the treatment to finish. He was the only one of us. Jeez, he's so loud. That idiot.
Not cute. I can't sleep at all.
Takashi's sleep-talking echoed throughout the room. We were mentally drained. The three of us were in no state to sleep. No, it was worse than that. Gradually, we had started to go mad. Why don't we just wake him up and tell him? It's no use. Snoring and talking in your sleep aren't things people can control. That is true. We could tape his mouth shut. Or even better, we could drape a wet towel over his face. We could just kill him. Wouldn't that kill him? Yeah, who cares? Yeah, you're right. Why is he the only one that gets to sleep on the bed? You let the bed have a swift kick as she said that. Right there. Takashi shamelessly carried on like that, looking happily asleep. I wonder what kind of dream he's having. Who knows? I bet it's something sexual, judging from his stupid expression. You reached toward Takashi's face and pinched his cheek. And then... You... Huh? Huh? It seems like he's talking in his sleep. He's not dreaming of you, is he? Stop that! There's no way! Yu's body. Hey, Kuranari! How dare you dream about... I'm flat as a board. Huh? Huh? You dummy. There it is, my favorite expression. Hey, Kuranari! Wake up! You grabbed hold of Takashi's collar. If you didn't stop her, you might have strangled him. You know what? I think it's worth it. Takashi has very little redeeming qualities as we've so far established. Take it easy, Nakyu. He's just talking in his sleep. She's right. It doesn't mean anything by it. Probably not, anyway. Takashi continued to blabber like a dumb, blissful look as he slept, oblivious to our troubles. I've had it! I have no choice but to... What are you going to do? You put her hand in her pocket and pulled out the marker from before. This is fair. This is fair. This is valid. Sleep talking does mean is true feelings, so it does mean something by it. I will say, yeah, it's probably that. I've only sleep talked like once in my life. I don't know if... certainly not this elaborately, so... but it's like, it is related to the dream that you're having. So, I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of valid. She popped the cap off of the pen and prepared to... No way. You're going to... You bet I am. You're going to chop his head off? Not with a pen. Sada, who are you? Watch this. This is what I'll do. You could do better than this. You could do a little bit better. I would go a little harder with this. As she said that, you took the pen and started drawing big round eyes, like a girl from a manga, on Takashi's eyelids. How did you not wake up from that, bro? What are you doing? What goes around comes around. Take that. It's a masterpiece. That's funny. Let me try, Nakyu. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Yeah, there we go. Now it's coming together. Now it's coming together. Sleep talking the once that you know of. I guess that's true. Sleep talking the once that I know of. The one time that I would know of. Sada, the thing is though, I'm like a very light sleeper, unfortunately. So that's the reason why I actually woke up. It's like I was talking in my sleep and then I woke myself up. I was like, what the hell? What the hell? Who's talking? So that was the reason why. Sada sketched a whirlpool on Takashi's cheek. Ninja. This is also the thing that that Yuka said in Never 7. It was related to to one of the like mascot character things. I'm laughing so hard my guts hurt. Hey kid, why don't you draw something on this idiot? You'll feel loads better. Alright, let's see. Scribble, scribble, scribble. What'd you draw? I drew meat on his forehead. Oh, I see it. I think I see it. His bangs are his hair is kind of blocking it. But yeah, I see it. The three of us kept taking turns doing graffiti on his face. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Dozens of minutes later, Takashi had been further transformed into a much decorated creature, miserable, disfigured, and hard to describe. But hey, at least we didn't kill him. May 2nd, Tuesday, tag. Okay, alright, interesting. Good morning, everyone. Did you sleep well? Thanks to somebody, I was up all night. Huh? You didn't sleep a wink? Nope, because of this idiot. You lifted her foot and kicked Takeshi, who was lying on the floor. I'd like a perm, please. Takeshi was still dreaming, somehow. It looked like Sora had noticed the graffiti and was trying to keep from exploding with laughter. What happened to his face? We got so mad. We took turns drawing on him. We scribbled the night away with this marker. Saying that, you laughed loudly. Even so, you went a little too far. No, we didn't sleep at all because of this noisy beast. It's poetic justice. So, Sora, hold off on telling him for a while, alright? What is Tsumugi gonna say when she sees this shit? Like, what the hell happened here? You mean, you want me to pretend I don't notice? What's the fun in that? That's it. It's alright. Curlies. Enough of that. Sora, what about the decompression? You're all done, of course. Is there anyone that feels ill? What about you? Let's follow up on that. I feel fine. Me too. Well, we were up all night, so I feel groggy. And Kuranari-san? Just look at him. Math, social studies, science, English class, music. I can't play that. Alright, everyone. I would like to have you all gather in the control room at once. I'll go on ahead. Has anything happened? I will tell you all once we're in the control room. Now, if you'll excuse me. Sora ducked and left the pressurization chamber. Sora's face, as she left, was devoid of humor. I'm guessing she's gonna probably tell us, like, hey, so we're all slowly dying down here, in case you did not realize that. In case you didn't realize that. I wonder if that's also part of what Tsumugi is on about, right? Where it's like, she's smart enough to figure out the... Well, no. Because my theory was also that, like, maybe she's the one who started all of this. I don't know. I don't know what her endgame is. Alright. With that... Let me go ahead and save. And finally, I can have my pizza. I can have my pizza. Nice. Truthfully, I was a little bit lightheaded this stream. just a tad. Not anything to be concerned over, but a little bit lightheaded. So I can't wait to eat and have something in my system. But I also wanted to stream and play more of the game. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good what we got. It was a lot of exposition. Probably slowing down to more of a halt than I would like, but I also think the next scene is going to be Sora hopefully telling us, like, hey, we're in danger. If you did not realize, we're definitely in danger. So probably a little bit like more of a serious tone to it will probably be good. But that was Ever 17, the Out of Infinity. Let me go over, I guess we can go back to friggin' we can go over here and return to title. Kindle Image Development is the name of it. And then on Steam, when you're asked to look at the freaking developer, it says Mages Inc. Mages Inc. I think is responsible for the PC ports of a lot of games. So like the Somnium Files and a couple of other ones. Zanki Zero from what I saw. Obviously Memories Off and stuff like that. but I think they're responsible for PC ports. They were responsible for Shoot and Order as well. Shoot and Order was something that I had on my backlog for a while, and then the game came out. The game came out, and apparently it was not great. At least the English translation is not great. So whatever, certain things, I don't know, like certain things that they're responsible for, possibly, or I might be conflating two different ideas, and I don't want to put the blame entirely on mages if it's not their fault. But it's like, right now, it's like the quality of this stuff that's being put on Steam for release is not great. Memories Off had the same, like, upscaling filter that was slightly horrendous. It was pretty bad. So there is that. But other things, like the Somnium Files, was just like, it's okay. It's fine. I think the... Which one was it? I think the PlayStation version of the Somnium Files was actually a little bit more jank than the PC version. So like in that sense, it all kind of worked out. It all kind of worked out in that sense. They also helped with Natunia, I think. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Did you tell me that for Ever 17, or did you tell me that for freaking Never 7? Somehow I have this memory. I feel like I'm looping now. I'm looping. No, I'm in the loops. But I vaguely remember you saying something like that. So, Mages is the go. Okay, so maybe Mages might not be bad. Yeah, Mages might not be bad. It's just like something with these PC ports is very strange. It's very interesting. I wonder what it is, where it's like Shoot and Order came out and like it just kind of had a bad English translation and everyone kind of hated it. These games came out, there's a lot of issues with the translations. Obviously, we're playing a fan translation right now, and that's been, there's been basically no issues. There's like places where I would have added a comma or so, but like I'm no English major, so I'm not holding it against the team or anything. So, we're just about time. We're in like an ad break or so, but let me go ahead and get a raid ready. Start thinking about a raid. Let me go over here. If anyone is online. Nobody's online. Nobody's online right now. Okay, let me go ahead and then just go over here. And go over to ending screen. Alright. So that was Ever 17, the Out of Infinity. Again, a lot more like exposition dumping of things. It's fine. It's not like the worst thing in the world, especially this early on. I think they're setting up something, obviously, where I think it's, to me, I think it's weird that they're hammering home the point of like, oh, the pressurization and everything else, and it's just like, are we not where we think we are? Maybe, possibly, but I don't know how you would fake everything. But like, I don't know, it kind of depends. It kind of depends on where the story goes, but that's kind of possibly my theory right now. So, but if you are here, thank you so much for watching for a little bit. I really appreciate it. I will be back this week. I will probably be doing a just chatting stream whenever I stream next, because I have to talk about a little bit about some changes in my life and how that relates to streams going forward. Most notably, and you're not going to believe this, I am moving again. I am moving again. So that changes a lot of things. But I want to do a just chatting stream where I kind of talk a little bit about that. A little bit, a short version of that. Again, yes, again. So, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. We'll be back with some more Ever 17 and 109 Last Defense Academy as well. But have a wonderful rest of your day or night or whatever time it is. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye-bye.